We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. Welcome here to TK Shutter Reserve for round 2 of the men's RAA NPL here in South Australia. MetroStars versus Adelaide City. The game here tonight. A very, very interesting game in prospect. We'll definitely see how this goes. I'm your lead commentator, Seb O'Neill, joined by Front Page Football's Christian Marchetti. Christian, how are you on this fine Friday evening?
I'm great, Seb. Good evening.
Normally you start with good evening and then go, but okay.
Whatever. It's our, what is that? A second game together this week?
In a week.
There you go.
Look at us go.
Look at us. But no, look, this is, I mean, could you, probably outside of the derby on Sunday, this is probably the you know, definitely one of the more intriguing games of the round. We've got MetroStars coming off the back of a bit of a statement in round 1, defeating Campbelltown 3-0 in the grand final rematch, and then we've got Adelaide City coming off a good win in round 1 as well, and obviously with a new era under Vas Parhas as well, moving on from Paul Pezos, who of course left at the end of last season. So yeah, it's a lot of intriguing storylines, subplots as always, and as always as well when these two teams clash, there's obviously a little bit of a rivalry with these two clubs, as there is when Metro and Campbelltown play. Campbelltown, Adelaide City, of course, being two teams that we expect to compete at the top every year.
Absolutely. These two teams have played each other, I think, more than any other team from just looking at my stats. So definitely a bit of a rivalry, even as we saw in the finals last year as well. We'll go through the starting lineup, starting with the home side of MetroStars. In goal, number 1, Cody Ostrike. Number 4, Noah McNamara. Number 6, Jackson Fortunato. Number 7, Hamish Gow. Number 9, Owen Windsor. Number 15, Nicholas Petticini. Number 17, Thomas Visser. Number 18, Fabian Barbiero. Number 21, RB Molas. Number 22, Jackson Walls, and number 25, Michael Cittadini, with head coach Danny Greystow. Not too much different from last week as we would have expected.
Yeah, exactly. They're unchanged, and why would you change it? They've just won a game 3-0, and I'm not sure if you're going to run through the benches, but one thing definitely is to note is Cam Woodfin back in the squad on the bench. He's obviously started for this team over the last couple of seasons, has been a very important player, so it's going to be interesting to see what sort of minutes he gets tonight.
Over to Adelaide City. In goal, number 1, John Hall. Number 7, Daniel Brissan. Number 8, Yared Abichu. Number 9, Matthew Dorba. Number 10, Nicholas Bucco. Number 12, Nicholas Francese. Number 14, Binyam Kabedi. Number 12, Yuki Kitano. Number 21, Fergus Lynch. Number 46, Oliver Weston. And number 80, Paddy Karachi, with head coach Vas Parhas. Oliver Weston had a pretty standout game last week against FK Beograd.
Yep, he was excellent, and they've had to make a change there. Obviously, Lewis Kilo, my understanding that he's picked up an injury, so they've Fergus Lynch comes in, a player who's been quite versatile when he's actually played in the first team. He's played at fullback, he's played in midfield. I'm not too sure where we're going to see him today, because they've also got no Karen Stokes as well, so we could see maybe Fergus Lynch play as a centre back. Who knows? So one change there. Also, still managing the minutes or the fitness here of Bruce Kamau and Luis Laurie Latanzio, who are both on the bench again.
Very, very interesting match in prospect. In the middle, Daniel Cook with assistant referees Jaden Benneman and Judah Tan. Of course, Daniel Cook, a very, very experienced referee, not only here in South Australia, but at A-League level as well. Both sides also switching directions. Metro will be going from right to left, Adelaide City from left to right, both in their home kits. Of course, it's not the only game kicking off tonight. 4 other NPL games, Comets versus Adelaide United underway at Ellis Park for the first time. Modbury Jets versus Croydon also underway. This game here about to in West Torrens Burkalla versus Campbelltown kicking off at 8:15 as we get underway here at TK Shutter Reserve. An interesting kickoff and something I think we spoke about on Monday, the Wellington Phoenix technique.
Wellington Phoenix, who just lost again in the A-League, but they did. I don't know if that was the Wellington kickoff because they didn't really set up the way you're supposed to do it. But it was an interesting.
We both got reminded of it, I think, as soon as they took it.
Yes.
Throw in on the far side, Fabian Barbiero. Jackson Walls with the ball now.
I think one thing definitely which sticks out when these two teams are playing here again, as it does seem, John Hall, that's good sweeping, does seem like Fergus Lynch is playing as a centre-back next to Yared Abatu.
Ball goes over the top, Noah McNamara just decides to header back. A little bit dangerous from both teams, I think, in 2 different ways as well.
Well, the header it did seem in the air like it was going to be a little short, so I think Matthew Dorber's well within his right to play at the ball there. But Ostrike, that's really strong with his body and his hands there. Easy free kick. But one thing I was going to mention, of course, last time these two played here was a 4-0 win for Adelaide City towards the end of last season. Now, very different team, different coach.
Excluding finals as well, we should say.
Excluding finals. Yes, because actually it was 2-0 the last time they played here. My bad.
But yes, continue.
But that just, it shows that there's still many members of this Adelaide City team that were, of course, part of that 4-0 game. So, they won't have any sort of fear playing here and trying to get on the front foot and score goals. So it's going to be really interesting from that perspective.
Throw in for Adelaide City on that far side, of course, as you can see, which has been newly redeveloped.
Looks fantastic.
Plenty of people in that stand as well, as we see an early foul. A free kick for Metro. And just looking around the grounds, we've got an early goal over at Smith Partners Stadium. Modbury Jets up 1-0 against Croydon FC, thanks to Sportal and One World LED. An early lead for Modbury.
Early lead for Modbury. Next challenge for them. Don't concede 2 in 8 minutes.
Ball goes to Owen Windsor. Then to Fabian Barbiero, who switched out onto this left wing. Close to Owen Windsor. Fabian Barbiero with the overlapping run. Puts in the ball first time, but wins the corner instead.
Look at Fabian Barbiero doing give and goes down the sideline at the age of 40. Fantastic. Honestly, he actually did that a couple times last week as well.
Chittadini with this corner. Goes short to Hamish Gow. Chittadini will get the ball, puts it in. Is headed away only to MetroStars, though. Edge of the box here. Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on.
What a goal. That's absolutely fantastic by MetroStars. And you can just see it in the celebrations, how much the team enjoyed that. What a fantastic move. Cross comes in from Chittadini. It's cleared. Tom Visser eventually gets it under control. And then Seb, how about the 1-2 between Visser, and I actually think it was Gow who played the initial 1-2 to Visser,
yep.
And then he continues his run into the 6-yard box and gets on the end of the cross. Easy finish at the near post. What a start for the MetroStars.
An early goal here at TK Shutter Reserve. Much better for Metro, I think, compared to last week, where it took them quite a while to get quite a while to just get a goal against Campbelltown.
Well, an early goal in a game like this, where you can just feel like it's a big game, there's a bit of tension, is just massive. I mean, Thomas Visser, what a start he's made to this season. He's just carried on from the second half last week there. The confidence to play that 1-2, continue his run. And you can just see the intensity's kind of gone up a notch with that goal, right?
Here's Abitu. Puts the ball just wide of him. Booker receives it in the middle. Looking for a through ball. It's well weighted. Needs an option in the box, though. Goes far post. Dorba. And is cleared away out for a throw.
Nicholas Booker. What a pass. Splitting the defence. Catano getting in behind. They just, I think Matthew Dorba probably could have gambled a bit more with his run. Keep going towards the back post. Could have had a tap in. Good response from Adelaide City, though.
I'm not quite sure what has happened to Jackson Walls.
I'm getting someone in the crowd screaming.
Yes, I can hear that too, to be fair.
In the background.
Just still receiving treatment is Jackson Walls. An early momentary stoppage.
So we've only played 6 minutes. Well, I guess 5. It's been about a minute stoppage now, but it just feels like a very fast-paced game, intense already, and actually it just feels like the game hasn't, and understandably so, it's only been 5 minutes, but the game hasn't really settled yet. But Metro been able to just stun Adelaide City early with that goal. Been watching the replay of that one a few times at half-time, I reckon. That was a top goal from Metro.
Corner for Adelaide City as Jackson Walls continues to receive treatment on the sideline. Of course, from memory, had to wear the headband around. Was that him, that last game against Adelaide City last year?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he wear it in the second leg? I definitely was at the first leg and he was wearing it in the semi-final last year. It's corner routine here.
Here's Bucco. Ball come in from Karachia. Headed goalwards by Kabidi, but nothing too untoward for Cody O'Strike to handle.
Yeah, clear corner routine there from Adelaide City. Short corner, 1-2. Lay it back out, and Karacha, that was a perfect cross. And Kabidi read it to the near post, but just put too much on the header. I mean, actually, the ball's been, ever since the goal, the ball has actually been in the Adelaide City attacking half. They've responded quite well.
Cody O'Strike has opted to go long with this ball, as they are still down to 10 for the time being. Nicholas Bucco flicks on the header, only behind him though, and Owen Windsor can pounce. Puts the ball in on his left foot. It's a good ball. Is there for Barbiero. Opts to go back, and then the strike from range. Only deflected out, and then cleared away.
That's a couple times in this opening 8 minutes the Metro have got him behind down the left-hand side. Owen Windsor showing a bit of versatility there too. Making the run into the channel, but then actually delivering across. Ordinarily, a striker of his size would be on the end of those.
Jackson Walls finally joining back in play.
Just having a look at it. Yeah, so Walls, it looks like Walls is going to be okay. But if he wasn't, I was just having a look at the Metro bench. They probably don't have a like-for-like right back that could come on and replace him. I guess they've got Scott Nagel, who's a left back. Yeah. Maybe they could rejig. They got Anthony Solagna, who's a centre back, and can maybe rejig. But it's probably a good thing that he's going to be okay to continue.
And there's a foul of him again. Gets the free kick, goes short to Hamish Gow. Ball goes all the way into the players' race.
Well, Metro, just tactically, Metro like to play, obviously, a 4-3-3 formation. Might let, yep, it's gone out for another throw, but they like to play a 4-3-3. They've done that basically since Danny Growstone's been at the helm. When Adelaide City came here, that 4-0 result I was mentioning, they defended it with 3 at the back, well, 5 at the back, out of possession. It worked really well.
A bit of miscommunication there. Sorry, Christian.
All good.
From Noah McNamara and Nicholas Petticini. Luckily, they've just been able to halt the attack for the time being, but not what they're needing.
Game's too fast-paced. No time to talk about tactics.
Ball goes central. Karachia. Dorba. Receives from Bressan. Dorba to put the ball back into the box. Goes for the far post, but just too far of Kabidi.
Oh, well done by Kabidi. Eventually win the throw.
Yeah, they'll continue on with the throw. Still 0-0 between Adelaide Comets and Adelaide United, their first ever competitive match there at Ellis Park. And then also 1-0 to Modbury against Croydon. Hamish Gow clears forward. Touchdown. Lynch. Just a hopeful ball over the top more than anything, and Osterreich will happily regain possession back for his side.
Yeah, so what I was just mentioning before is this is obviously a bit of a different Adelaide City team, but last year when they won that game 4-0 here, they really suffocated Metro with 5 at the back and the way that they were pressing man-to-man. But it looks like it's just a standard 4-4-2 out of possession for Adelaide City today.
Catano getting dispossessed there. Barbiero just getting sandwiched, but no foul, says Daniel Cook, and Adelaide City continue on the attack. Kabidi, poor touch though, sliding challenge in there. Barbiero switching the ball back out wide and then losing the ball from Francese. Goes back to Fergus Lynch.
The other thing is we're seeing Nick Bucco playing in a deeper role today as well.
Visser himself getting sandwiched again. No foul, says Daniel Cook. Barbiero with the ball forward and over the top. Might only just reach John Hall, who obviously can only use his legs and clear with his feet. Adelaide City keep the ball though. Cleared forward. Fortunato.
Oh.
And then here's an attack brewing for Adelaide City down on the left wing. Touch comes in, only to Hamish Gow though. So far, Adelaide City starting these attacks that just seem to falter at the almost the second to last stage of the attack.
Yeah, and it's a bit of chaos at the moment, isn't it? It's a bit helter-skelter. Possession changing hands quickly. But yeah, Nicholas Bucco this season at the moment looks like he's operating in that deeper, more of like a defensive midfielder when Adelaide City have the ball. Of course, we know him to be an attacking midfielder for most of his Adelaide City career.
Visser trying to take on Francese. Bucco. No foul, says Daniel Cook, despite the protest from the MetroStars bench. Was a bit unnecessary. Francese, again, just getting hassled. And you can very quickly already sense the intensity of this match, Christian.
Well, I still feel like the game hasn't settled down. You know, we haven't really seen either team actually get into possession for, you know, like a 5-minute period. Knock the ball around a bit. There's a lot of tough duels, a lot of 50-50 balls. And yeah, I think that was a bit of experience from Nick Bucco before.
Here's Barbiero. Abachu needs to and did so clear away, but Metro still come in with the ball. Habatu perhaps unnecessarily conceding a corner.
Yeah, well, he's just defended that one with his wrong foot. Ball's coming from the right side. You've got to get your body square on. With your left foot, you can maybe clear it or even just control that. But that was just another little warning sign, though, because Michael Cittadini, this is the thing about Metro, is with the quality that they've got going forward, they don't have to necessarily be in control of a game at all times. They can go forward once and produce a moment of magic like we saw with the goal.
Hamish Gow to take the corner, looks for the back post. Noah McNamara, the only one there, chesting it down. And ball stays in play somehow, and City clear away. Can they mount an attack through? This needs to win the header, and they do so. Brisson only had one to take on initially. Here's the ball through for Dorba. Might just need to finish against Ostrike. Takes himself a little bit too much time and then slips the crucial moment. Still gets the corner, though. But a bit better from Adelaide City, though.
Yeah, well, Metro looked like they had it covered in transition. Daniel Brisson was trying to drive against 2 or 3 Metro defenders who were recovering. But then Matt Dorba actually makes a really smart run, knows that he has to support his teammate in that situation. And I don't know who it was recovering. I think maybe it was Noah McNamara. Could have been someone else, but excellent recovery to stop Dorba having a clean shot on goal.
Nick Bucco to take this corner. Ball is out swinging into the middle. No attack there from the corner, but City still with the ball. Switching the ball wide. Perhaps Caraccia leaving the ball when he could have tried to take it for himself, and now Metro continue play with their throw.
I think it's safe to say that Adelaide City have slowly building their case for an equaliser. This last 10 minutes or so. And we've only played 16 minutes, but a lot's happened, it feels like.
Franchese back to John Hall. Perhaps took a little bit too much time.
I'm not too sure why in that situation John Hall doesn't just come off his line there and get the ball in his hands. Then Adelaide City can set up and play out. And Franchese passing it back just seemed like he put his goalkeeper under unnecessary pressure. Now Metro can press them.
Throw in for Adelaide City in their defensive half. Throwing goes right across the line. We'll have another throw in. Throwing goes forward. Noah McNamara able to head away, and Barbieri just clearing upwards and forwards. Fergus Lynch decides to do the same.
Seen a bit of that from Fergus Lynch early on, a bit of no-nonsense. Just getting the ball up the pitch. Actually, when he did it over here on the touchline before, I overheard Vasparhas saying to him just to relax. Maybe a little bit nervous playing as a centre-back in a big game like this.
Oliver Weston does well to just hold off Jackson Wolves. As we said, a pretty outstanding performance for, I guess, one of their younger players coming into the team, especially in their first game of the season, having been handed a starting role against Beograd last week.
Yes, I saw a media platform name him in their team of the week during the week. So, yeah, and he's looked very he's looked very comfortable early on though here. I think other than that one moment where Cittadini got in behind and had that low cross to near post that Abatu didn't deal with. Adelaide City down that defending the right-hand side, Metro's right, has been pretty comfortable so far.
Another corner here for Adelaide City. Nick Bucco, as always, on the set pieces. Ball comes in, it's not bad. Headed only upwards, though. Goal kick.
I think Adelaide City felt maybe they should add another corner there. But one thing on the set piece is that they've got, with Bucco and Caraccia, they've got two guys who can really deliver in a good dead ball when required. So they're always going to be a threat on those set pieces.
Jackson Walls with the throw. Just under 20 minutes played here. One deflecting off the chest of Barbiero, but Viss is still able to pounce and does well with pace as well. Puts the ball wide. Here's Owen Windsor. Might look to take it on himself. Just wide of the right post.
Well, Visser set up a similar chance for Windsor against Campbelltown last week, where he just drove past about 2 or 3 players. He also set up his goal, the second goal Metro scored last week, through just one of those driving runs. He's got that low centre of gravity. Once he gets going, it's hard to stop.
And the acceleration also, when he just sort of starts off slow and then all of a sudden just sort of use the afterburner just to get forward really quickly.
Yeah, and that was not a bad effort from Owen Windsor on a bit of a tight angle.
Brisson goes first time forward over the top, looking for Dorba. Ostrike able to sweep and clear over into this back pitch.
It's good keeping from Ostrike. McNamara just got pulled out by Brisson. Got 2 balls on the pitch. But McNamara just got pulled out by Brisson there, pulled out of the back 4, and then it was a one-on-one really between Petticini and Dorba towards the ball, but Ostrike covered it well.
Danny Greystone very animated with his instructions as Adelaide City look to attack forward. Here's Karacia. Stays on his feet, has the strike, goes back out wide to Dorba. Decent ball in, can only be headed away. Windsor. Visser. Lovely little touch. Visser from Barbiero, unable to receive. Bucco now. Franchese under a little bit of pressure on Windsor, just missing that interception.
Adelaide City are playing some good stuff at the moment.
Abichu. Karacia. Kitano. Weston going back to Abichu. Now Lynch. Has to go against Hamish Gow. Opts to go to Franchese. Dorba trying to flick it forward to Brisson, unable to make its way through. Visser. No foul. Brisson's just down for the moment, getting back up though. City still with the ball. Interesting, I suppose, technique to go for that pass, but they still keep it with the throw.
I think when you're near the touchline like that, trying a ball like that is okay. Do it in the centre of the pitch. And I think Vaspar has to be screaming out some stuff.
Franchese. Lynch going back to John Hall. Of course, returning back to Adelaide this season from Dandenong City. Of course, had a very long career with the likes of Adelaide United, the Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League.
Actually, a bit of a connection there between the NPLSA and Dandenong City. We've got Tommy Giannakopoulos, I believe I've said that correctly.
I think so too.
Who actually scored in the Dandenong Derby in Victoria last weekend. He's been doing really well over there. Former Comets player. Oh, that's an Adelaide City ball. They overturned it.
Matt Dorba trying to take the throw in quickly, but Tom Visser still on the ground and Daniel Cook calling for treatment. Still 0-0 over at Ellis Park between Adelaide Comets and Adelaide United, who got off to a winning start last week against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Modbury Jets 1-0 up over Croydon FC, hoping to do a little bit better than last week, where they lost a 1-0 lead and ended up losing 3-1 to Adelaide Comets last week. South Adelaide versus Sturt also going on in State League 1, and West Torrens Burkalla versus Campbelltown, and West Adelaide versus Pontian Eagles kicking off in MPL and State League 1 respectively, both at 8:15.
Hopefully our guy, Freeman Johnson, can keep a clean sheet against West Adelaide tonight.
Yeah, Pontian Eagles is a very entertaining team to watch, especially when we both saw them on Monday night, and probably a decent chance of upsetting West Adelaide, who are probably one of the favourites to get promoted under Theo Tsunis in State League 1. Their rivals, though, Adelaide City, playing here today with the throw. Francese going to Dorba. Yuki Kitano plays it forward to Bressan. A very nice ball comes in the middle. No one's there. Good touch in, has the strike. And just halts it enough.
Well, I think it was Fabian Barbiero who closed the ball down there, but if there was no Metro defender near the ball, I think Ollie Weston would have smashed that first time the way he was running onto it. Had to take a touch onto his right, though, his weaker right foot. I can overhear Danny Grovestone. He's not happy. I think Metro are a team that wouldn't like having to basically defend for this long as they've had to. They want to be on the front foot. They want to press. Adelaide City finding some space now. They're getting in behind.
Ball to Yuki Kitano. Chests it down brilliantly for Bressan. Goes out wide to Binyam Kabidi. Gets the ball into the box. Just falling there. City still with the ball, though. Much to the dismay of Danny Gravestone, as we just said. Bucco. Ball comes in on his left foot to the back post. Jackson Walls should just be able to hold it off and take it up for a goal kick, which he does.
Yep. Just another overhit cross that's happened a few times. They're just lacking that end product with the final ball at the moment, Adelaide City, but they're getting in great positions. Yuki Kitano as well. With a couple of really, really nice touches to just open the game up in this first 25 minutes. Looking really good, playing in a central striking role, kind of alongside Daniel Bressan, who's kind of playing almost just off the striker.
Yuki Kitano just flicks it on. Ball comes through the middle. Bressan opts to try his luck, but unable to get any real strike, and it will go out again for a goal. Yuki Kitano, quite tall. Big target man up front. Yeah,
but he's got, you can tell, he's got the technical ability to bring others into the game and get them involved. Of course, former Marconi Stallions player and a champion in the NPL New South Wales last year.
Alongside James Tembulkovsky.
Absolutely, and also Angelo Costanzo is, of course, the technical director at Adelaide City, and he, of course, played for Marconi as well. There's a bit of a connection there between those two clubs.
As did his son, Dom Costanzo.
And they're both clubs of Italian heritage.
We see a foul on... As is this game. As we see a foul just at halfway.
Adelaide City is a zebra and Marconi is a horse, though.
Stallion, technically.
Well, a stallion, yeah.
But isn't a stallion just like another name for a horse, really?
I believe so.
I don't think a stallion's a type of horse.
I believe so. We're definitely showing our animal knowledge here.
Ball comes forward. Bucco trying to get on the end of it. Hamish Gow intercepting, however. Ball switched wide. Visser. Good defending there by Kabidi. And he's done well to win the foul, although Daniel Cook perhaps could have played the advantage there for Kabidi.
Well, he did a great job. Got over here. That's Paha saying double up. Kabidi getting all the way back, wins a free kick. But you're right, I think there was ample opportunity to just allow an advantage there. Adelaide City were on the break.
Ball goes straight to Jackson Walls, making his way down that right-hand side. Ball comes in, it's not bad. Headed away and then booted away by Nicholas Bucco. Put back forward again. Yuki Kitano all the way back doing his defensive duties. Ball looking for Bressan. Instead just is headed away and back to Hamish Gow.
Well, Fergus Lynch, a moment ago on that free kick, just aimlessly gave the ball away. It's happened a few times. I think he's defended well, as we see him on the ball here, intercepting again, but it's the distribution. Can he get it right? Ball
over the top from Fergus Lynch, headed away by Hostrike. Perhaps was in two minds there. Oh, a good opportunity there for On Windsor, just couldn't get the ball off. Here come Adelaide City again. Croucher goes back to Ollie Weston.
Sorry, Seb. Again, defensively, Fergus Lynch stepping in, winning the ball, so that side of the game from him has been great. I think it's here now. It's been a little bit indecision on the ball. Also just finding a teammate, keeping things simple. And that's what Vaspar has overheard Nick Bucco as well, just letting him know, just relax.
Bucco headering the ball away. Lynch manages to get the ball to Kabidi. Intercepted there momentarily by Petticini. Francese back to Lynch, who in turn goes back to John Hall in goal. Ops 2 go central. Perhaps just in the back there. Here's Owen Windsor. Offside though. Perhaps maybe had a case for a foul there.
It's offside because I think that was a Hamish Gow. It actually, when he tackled it, it's technically a pass forward. So Owen Windsor, of course, coming back from an offside position. That's the danger as well for Adelaide City, right? You're already 1-0 down. You're playing really well, and you're probably on top. But one mistake, give the ball away in midfield, give away a transition opportunity, and suddenly you could be 2-0 down. So they've got to be careful of that.
And that sort of MetroStars thing, sort of, I guess, looking to counter quickly and not really giving the opposition any time to really think about what they're doing while they're attacking, as they look to do the same here, I think. Ball goes forward, looking for Fabian Barbiero. Couldn't get through. Abichu. Bressan looking for something a little bit special, unable to pull it off, though.
Well, Metro had a couple moments where, you're right, Seb, when they break forward, there's definitely some space in behind because Adelaide City are trying to be really aggressive with their pressing. When they lose it, we've just got a Nicholas Petticini down getting some treatment at the moment. But you're right, like last week, I think Metro, particularly in the second half, you look at a couple of those goals and they definitely came in transition, basically counter-attacks. So they have been a bit more comfortable with that, what we've seen in the first game in a bit to start this season. But I think Danny Greystone will want his team to actually have more control of the game with the ball.
Both coaches just issuing instructions to their sides.
Don't think it's looking good here for Nicholas Petticini, Seb. I assume if he comes off, Scott Nagel would just replace him like-for-like change at left back.
And looks like that will be the change. Scott Nagel to come on. Of course, hasn't started these first two games. Normally starting regular for MetroStars in seasons past.
Yep, and you know, a player who probably is still more than good enough to start games, but even if he's not, an experienced player, good player to have around your dressing room for sure.
Oh, a poor throw from Scott Nagel, I think. Just goes high more than anything.
I think I cursed him there.
Ball headed forward. If he's happy to let it just roll out for his side's throw. Scott Nagel to have a second go. A much better throw this time around. Adelaide City just trying to press MetroStars. Oh, poor touch from Dorber there. Keeps it in play. No, he doesn't.
I feel like this last 15 minutes of the half could be defining. Adelaide City are able to get that equaliser that they probably deserve. They could go into the second half with a lot of momentum. If Metro are able to get a second goal against the run of play, well, then they're in a really good position for 3 points, aren't they?
Noah McNamara throwing back to Fortunato. Now with Cody Ostrike. Noah McNamara forced a little bit wide. Ball comes forward. Well, when Windsor looking to try and receive. Couldn't do so at the first time or the second. A lot of, I guess, small little pushes and nudges happening at the moment.
Very physical game, for sure.
Metro look to go forward. Gao. Again, another late challenge there on Bucco. Nothing untoward seen, though, by Daniel Cook in the middle. Noel McNamara just clearing into that new stand.
Another thing, too, is Adelaide City are not allowing Metro to play through their press. They have to go over a lot with balls, long balls in behinds. Ooh.
Dorba looking to just see what he can do. Nothing too powerful, though, against O-Strike or on target, I don't think.
Yeah, try to shoot quickly. Sometimes when you do that, you can catch the keeper off guard, of course. But the Adelaide City back four, and you see here again, Fergus Lynch heading it away, doing a great job of dropping when that ball is about to get kicked long. I can't really remember Owen Windsor actually winning an aerial ball in the first half.
Yeah, the voice of Fas Pahas as his side look to try and get the equaliser. Kabiti trying his luck. Falls to Bucco. Tries to just poke a ball through. Here's Karachi. Needs to have a strike on goal. Prasan! Just wide. Well, Adelaide City very encouraged.
Sorry, Seth, that was almost as good as a move as Metro's for the goal. That was superb. Nicholas Bucco, he actually, when he received the ball, Nicholas Francesa had an acre ahead of him of space, but he decided to go for the little combination instead. Eventually works his way to Daniel Brisson, who did actually score here in that 4-0 win Adelaide City had here last season, and he's just unfortunately scuffed it slightly wide.
Bucco headering it back down. Karachi, and Bucco will receive back once again. Kabiti. Bucco just getting pounced upon. Good attack building here. Jackson Walls just perhaps losing his balance. No foul, says the referee. Adelaide City continue on. And I think that was the right call as well. As the ball goes forward, Kitano up front all by himself. He is onside. Ball comes through. Here's Brisson! Saved by O-Strike.
Building the case. In fact, knocking really hard on the door for an equaliser now. Adelaide City.
The hinges have almost fallen off.
The hinges are loosening big time. Daniel Brisson again, that one there. Almost there. When you get in that position, it's a tight angle. And goalkeepers should cover the near post. But if you just smash it as hard as you can, the near post, maybe you catch the keeper off guard. Unfortunately, he's just straight at him with the effort.
Bucco with this corner. Can they finally get an equaliser? He'll get a second go only from the throw-in.
I think Fas Pahas will be thinking, we got to score here. We've got to make the most of the dominance that we've had, particularly in the last 20 minutes.
They've got just over 5 minutes left until the half-time break. Ball comes in. A good opportunity here for Dorba. That one just floating wide.
Shot count's probably getting close to 10 for Adelaide City now. Another effort there. That one less threatening. I just wonder if Metro, after getting the early goal, maybe subconsciously you start to just ease off a little bit. You start to think that the game might be a little bit easier than what it actually has been. A little bit of complacency sets in. They've been a little bit overwhelmed since going in front.
Very poor ball, which just puts it right back into the hands of Adelaide City.
And Adelaide City's press is working really well in this first half too.
Gow just flicking the ball forward. Bucco with the not too convincing header to go forward, but City still in possession. John Hall putting forward. Kitano trying to flick on a header, couldn't do so. Out of play. So he said just inching closer and closer towards half-time. 1-0 here, 1-0 over at Smith Partners Stadium, the way of the home side against Croydon FC. And 0-0 between Adelaide Comets and Adelaide United still at Ellis Park, which I'm sure is very much a vibe to be at tonight. Foul in midfield there means a free kick for MetroStars. And you think with all this attacking and pressing that Adelaide City have committed to doing this first half, if MetroStars just managed to sort of sneak another goal in front of them, it would be quite demoralising as we see Fabian Barbieri on that far side try and just do that. Ball comes in, back post, looking for Owen Windsor, just a bit too far off him. Scott Nagel sprinting in to receive. Here's Hamish Gow, just on the edge of the box, looking to have a teammate to play a ball into. Now Nagel against Francese. Puts the ball in. John Hall should be able to capture easily enough.
Well, just going off what you were just saying before there, Seb, against a team with MetroStars' individual quality, particularly in the final third, not taking chances can get you punished quickly on the other end. So Adelaide City need to be careful they don't concede a second goal before half-time here.
Cody Ostrike to restart play for MetroStars. Ball missed pretty much everyone that it was aiming for. Goes out for a City throw.
Yeah, I think Metro are just being a little bit thrown off their game now in possession. Last week, it was very rare that they would kind of go long like that. Always try to play short. And every time they go long, it's a win for Adelaide City.
Catano flicking on a header wasn't a bad idea, but had no one on his same wavelength. Lynch chesting it down, playing to Catano. Now Brissan. Dorbe is offside if he does opt to play to him. Oh, Catano with a very late challenge in there. And it's just the yellow card.
Yeah, I think there's no malicious intent. Just tried to win the ball, but he's late, and I think it's a good decision by Daniel Cook, the yellow. Fergus Lynch, should talk about briefly, because mentioned earlier on the game how he did seem a little bit nervous on the ball, but he's really gotten better as the half's gone on. He's been excellent defensively, marshalling Owen Windsor, but then his distribution has just progressively got better throughout the first half, which is a good sign for Adelaide City.
Play will restart with a free kick. No strike goes short to Gow. The touch is just slightly off from long range. Don't mind it.
I don't mind it, but it was also, there were three attackers ahead of him from that door, but there was an opportunity maybe to create something a little bit more organised, I guess. But, I mean, you're not wrong, Seb. I mean, he was way off his line. The frustration there, well, the bigger talking point is Hamish Gow kind of inexplicably miscontrolling the ball this close to half-time.
Bucco retaining the ball for City. Playing it forward for Brissan. Needs to get the touchdown and does so. Abichu. Kibiti, sorry. Good attempt there made by Ollie Weston.
Should mention as well, great crowd out here tonight, which isn't really surprising for this sort of game, but nonetheless, good to see.
Bucco just getting his body in the way twice and winning the foul because of it.
And he got the foul, but apparently that wasn't good enough.
West Torrens Burkalla versus Campbelltown at Jack Smith Park now underway. Thanks to Sportle and One World LED.
It's an interesting game, that one. Campbelltown looking to bounce back. Burkalla coming off the back of that crazy comeback.
Challenges flying in from both sides as Adelaide City look to get forward again. Down that left wing, ball comes in. Dorba, nice touch. Kitano has the strike. And it's central to O-Strike as we enter additional time.
Yeah, another shot on goal, another shot on target, but, you know, it's another one that is pretty comfortable for O-Strike. What I would say is it's pretty clear that there's no love lost between these two teams after the recent history they've had. Of course, you know, it's easy to forget this was pretty grueling two-legged semi-final last year when they played. Metro did win 2-0 in the second leg, but they had to work for it really hard. So, yeah, there's a lot of emotion in this one. You can feel it.
Nagel can keep that one in play. Into the first minute of additional time, now the second. Completely up to referee Daniel Cook's discretion. Flicked on by Dorba. Brissan on this right side. Looking for a teammate to play in, just falling on the ball there. Opting with the throw. Ball comes in. Kitano looking for something a little bit spectacular. Not cleared out cleanly enough. And Metro getting away with another one.
Well, Metro need half-time, and they need it now. That's what it feels like. It just feels like every time Adelaide City are going forward that they look a real threat to score. It's kind of mind-boggling that they haven't in this first half.
Ball comes forward. Looking for Visser. Alternatively, if Metro can get a second, will be hard for City. A ball through the legs, only to John Hall.
Yeah, Visser didn't quite read that. I mean, it was a difficult pass to read from Gal, but nice idea.
Launched forward by Hall. McNamara, first time clearing. Into the third minute of additional time.
We did actually have a couple of stoppages, didn't we? With Walls earlier on, and then Petticini when he came off.
Francesa just being told to move back ever so slightly.
I mean, players do that all the time, don't they?
Playing forward by Barbiero to Owen Windsor, who has been forced out wide. Good touch in through. Barbiero still with it. Visser, poor touch initially.
Yes, sir, but if you can show me an example of a player who doesn't try and inch forward when they're about to take a throw in, I'd be very surprised. All levels of the game. This is important for Adelaide City here. We've probably got, what, maybe another 30 seconds, a minute of the half. They've got to make sure they defend this little Metro attack.
Barbiero. Nagel has a clear option to cross. Didn't go for it, though. Oh, ball stays in play. Could be an opportunity here. Well done there by Abichu. Adelaide City look to attack. Dorba now has to go against Nagel. Has Binyam Kabidi just in behind him, overlapping. Opts to not take him. In the middle to Karachia. Needs to go back out wide and does so. Ball switched out to that left-hand side. Crossed in. Strikes. And again, Metro perhaps just slightly let off.
And that all came from a Metro attack. That's the half-time whistle, I believe, from Daniel Cook.
1-0 to MetroStars as it stands. Christian, what have you made of the half as a whole?
Well, I was just thinking, we referenced it a couple times in the first half, that two semi-finals had last year, and they were really cagey affairs. It's actually great to see these two teams going hammer and tongs. And after Metro scored, they started well, they started bright, scored a great goal. But after that, really, I felt Adelaide City, particularly from the 15th minute onwards, were the better side. 5
shots for Adelaide City in favour to Metro's 2, only the one on target being the goal. Interesting the way this game will play out.
Well, 0 shots on target, it says. I'm not sure. I think Daniel Brisson had an effort, and there was a couple of others that were probably on target for Adelaide City. But anyway, I think you could feel, particularly in that 15th minute to half-time, that Adelaide City were the better side and deserved an equaliser, which they didn't get. So now it's going to be interesting to see how both teams come out in the second half. Metro have got to play better. I think they know that, so let's see how they respond.
Half-time here at TK Shutter Reserve. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming soon. Don't forget Sunday, the big derby between...
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ball now. Sopolis has a shot. Oh, I think that's in. What a goal. There you go. And the first goal of the year.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. Could this be an opportunity for Fulham? Saved by Johnson. And then a second hit, Johnson again.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, MetroStars will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs To develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents, coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here, again, will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with Football SA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resies, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the pre-season.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Adelaide Atletico has been built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys. And it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks are getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Welcome back here to TK Shutter Reserve. 1-0 at the halftime break, the way of the home side, MetroStars. But Adelaide City very much knocking on the door where the hinges are falling off, Christian.
Yes, as we mentioned towards the end of the first half. No, they've actually made a change. I've just seen, and the Bruce Kamau button has been pushed at halftime. So there you go. That's just going to already really dominating the game in that last half an hour of the first half from the 15th minute onwards, it kind of felt like, and they've just gone, all right, we'll just bring on an ex-A-League winger who you know, had periods at the professional level where he was scoring bags of goals, so that's a handy player to bring on. But yeah, look, I think Metro, although they're winning, were second best for most of that first half. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out in the second half.
We were back underway momentarily. No changes spotted for MetroStars, but as we said, Bruce came out.
And it's Daniel Brisson who's come off.
Perhaps rather surprising, maybe.
Rather surprising, maybe an injury of some sort picked up in that first half. I didn't see him go down with anything, though.
Metro looking to attack early and perhaps inflict a dagger into Adelaide City to prevent them from having any more hope that they can perhaps mount a goal. But I think even for City, these first 10 minutes are crucial, especially with the fact whether or not they're having to try and score or perhaps hold off Metro, as Metro sort of that first 10, 15 minutes tend to just sort of not stop and just sort of keep going.
Well, I have a feeling, based on, I think, Danny Greystone in the first half, what we were overhearing, I have a feeling you probably put it was a bit of an aggressive halftime team talk, I would guess. So I wouldn't surprise me if Metro come out here with definitely more aggression, out of possession, and just more intensity. It's actually a difficult team talk for Vaspar has at halftime, because what do you really say outside of just keep doing what we're doing and a goal should come, you know? So, and really defensively, again, aside from the goal and aside from maybe the first sort of 10 minutes, they really got themselves organised quite well and dealt with a lot of Metro's threats. So, yeah, it makes, from a mental point of view for both teams, it makes this second half really interesting.
Just looking around the grounds as we enter this second half. Of course, 1-0 here, 0-0 between Adelaide Comets and Adelaide United. 1-0 the way of Modbury Jets against Croydon. And West Torrens Burkalla versus Campbelltown just over 20 minutes in. 0-0 over there. And in State League 1 as well, I think West Adelaide are also 1-0 up against Pontian Eagles. And South Adelaide and Sturt Lions are 0-0 down south. Also in the WNPL Preseason Cup final, as it stands from what we've been told, it's 2-2 between West Adelaide and NTC. Into the last 10 minutes there at Service FM Stadium. A very interesting tie between those two. As we see the ball come into the box, just saved and cleared away.
Great save by Cody Ostrike. That's just way too easy for Adelaide City. It's just a long throw into the box and it's not dealt with. And Yuki Katano just latches onto it completely uncontested, really. I'm not too sure if that came through from Danny Greystone on the broadcast, but
not happy.
A few expletives. He's actually just given an apology up here in case that came through. All heat of the moment stuff. Totally understandable.
Oh, lovely bit of skill there from John Hall. Happy to have a bit of fun with it, although the ball just lacking. Still keep possession of it, though. Ball gets put wide. Katano unable to get the touchdown.
This is the first time a coach on the sideline has apologised up to the scaffold during the game for swearing.
Abichu winning the header. Karachia winning that one as well. Hamish Gow getting the touch on and just poking it forward. Now Gow back with it. Looking to try and create another goal for them. Here's Visser on the edge of the box. Needs to get past two. Takes himself wide, puts the ball in. And taken out for a corner.
It was Matthew Dorber all the way back there in the box doing the defending. That's good work from him. But Hamish Gow, who orchestrated, well, was a part of the goal. And actually it ends up this attack with Visser as well. Him and Visser and Barbiero, they always just seem to be at the heart of these Metro attacks. But you're also just seeing Hamish Gow like being a bit more progressive with his passing and trying to start attack from deep as they take this corner.
Cleared away by Francese only for the time being. Fortunato getting the ball in Putting back to Ostrike. Throwing on that far side. Metro looking to try and go forward once again. Should be dealt with by Abitu and is so. Although just losing possession there. Here's Hamish Gow. A lovely ball out wide. And the touch to match. Here's Visser. Just putting a ball through. And then poked through.
I love how positive Visser is every single time he gets the ball. We saw that chance I had a moment ago, that half chance where he crossed it low, made that run. And that time there, always looking to go forward, whether it's cutting inside, just driving 1v1 at his defender. There's a really clever little reverse pass in behind there too. Bit better for Metro to start the second half.
Hamish Gow with the corner. Overcooks it perhaps just a little bit slightly. No foul, says Daniel Cook. As the ball heads all the way back to Cody Ostrike. Gow. Again, a lovely pass. Chittadini looks to take on Ollie Weston. Unable to get past initially, now has two on him. Gets it to Hamish Gow. Looking to conduct and orchestrate once again. Barbiero goes wide.
But why not? Metro did a great job of changing the point of attack and switching that. Actually, initially, Michael Chittadini had tons of space ahead of him on this near side. Hamish Gow, you're right, Seb, once again showing off his passing ability to start this half.
A poor ball, hands it right. And just a late foul there. And it will be a booking for Hamish Gow.
Well, that doesn't help Metro's cause, but you can definitely feel that Metro are very slowly taking some control back of the game. It actually looks like Luis Latanzio is getting ready. We haven't really seen Bruce Kamau at all since he's come on. It's kind of indicative of the struggles Adelaide City have had to start this half. Just can't really get back on the ball. Looks like there's been a goal in one of the other games.
Yeah, Modbury are 2-0 up against Croydon. 10 minutes into the second half there. Again, hoping to hold that one in. Adelaide City now looking to try and still get that equaliser. Ball put in. Here's Kamau. Just trying to find any sort of option to get the ball through. Here's the ball coming in. It's not bad. And Dorber just missing the header. Much to the frustration of the Adelaide City bench.
Well, what an excellent cross that was. And Dorber surely just got to get contact on that. He's got an excellent look at the goal. Also, the goal net at that end for Metro.
Yeah, I've just noticed that as well.
Yeah. Looks like it's a little bit loose on the left-hand side from how our viewers are looking at it.
Definitely compared to the now Adelaide City goal, it's much, much looser.
I mean, it just feels like such an obvious thing to say, but the next goal really is probably going to, I would go as far as to say, decide the outcome of this game. You just feel like if Metro get a second, that might kind of deflate Adelaide City a little bit too much to get back in the game. And if Adelaide City were to equalise with the momentum that they had in that first half, you could see them maybe going on with it. It's a very, very well poised game at the moment.
Late on in that WNPL Preseason Cup final, just talking about West Adelaide have taken a very, very late lead, 3-2, an 88th minute goal, and they'll be looking to try and hold on for that first trophy of the season. Be a big part in trying to retain their success of last season in the WNPL. Ball goes central. Kabidi looking to try and make his way through himself. Intercepted. Jackson Walls just putting forward. Barbieri got on the end of it. Visser again does brilliantly just to make his way through, I think, 2 or 3 Adelaide City players and mounts another attack. He goes wide, yet the pass lacks. Getting on the end of this one, though. Visser still going down this right wing. Not a bad idea for a ball. But very, very encouraging stuff from Visser as he continues to press. Adelaide City a bit stuck in that corner. Dorba, very, very deep defending. And luckily they'll get the throw just to try and slow down play momentarily at least.
Tom Visser, he's like a fly in the wind. You're trying to get a hold of, trying to get rid of it, and you just can't get to him. He's that low center of gravity he's got. And like you said in the first half, Seb, the acceleration, once he gets going, very difficult to stop. If you had to have a criticism of him so far, but this is a 20-year-old player that we're talking about, is that just maybe releasing the ball a little bit sooner. But he's showing some excellent signs for Metro.
Ball goes wide.
Still, yep, they're readying this change. Maybe next out, Lewis Latanzio going to be introduced. We'll see who he comes off for. Oh,
ball still in play.
I do think Daniel Cook's done a great job tonight of understanding that this is going to be a physical game. There is some animosity probably between these two teams, so let the game flow, let the game play.
Substitution here for Adelaide City. Lewis Latanzio, the one to come on. And it'll be Binyam Kabidi to make way for him.
Yeah, so Kabidi coming off, and they've shifted Matthew Dorba up front alongside Yuki Kitano, and Lo Latanzio is going to play off the left-hand side.
Ball cleared into the stands.
Of course, Lewis, naturally is a winger, but we did see him last year play up front quite a bit under Paul Pezos, so he's got that versatility.
Abichu. Now Oliver Weston. Goes back to Abichu. Buko. Abichu getting the ball recycled back to him.
Metro happy with this. They'll concede possession in these areas as long as they're not getting played through.
Kamau, I think, was looking for the touch in turn, couldn't do so, but now here they look at another attack. Here's Yuki Kitano against Jackson Fortunato. Forced wide again. City still with the ball. Kitano, a lovely touch through, needs to be put in this time round. Deflected and out for a throw.
Well, I just said they'd be happy with the possession where it was because they weren't getting played through, and then comes from another long ball there. a touchdown, and eventually they've been able to work the ball forward for a throw in a dangerous area.
Flicked in and then cleared away. Again, the ball just pinballing about, unable to hit the ground. Is now momentarily until it's cleared back forward.
Yeah, Adelaide City starting to slowly turn the screws again.
Just looking around the ground, looks like there's been a red card for Adelaide Comets against Adelaide United. Sturt Lions are also 1-0 up against South Adelaide away. And West Adelaide have also got a second against Pontian Eagles there at Kilburn. Thanks to One More LED and Sportal, as we see Adelaide City try and mount an attack once again, unable to really get anything off it though.
Clearly we're the lucky charm for Pontians. Seb.
Fortunato clearing the ball forward. Visser couldn't get the right kind of touch. Battling against Bruce Kamau. Molas just getting sandwiched and winning a free kick.
Well, look, I thought maybe Bruce Kamau was infringed there initially, and then maybe Paddy Karacha comes in a little bit over aggressively, but you know, you could have let maybe both go and just let the game play. But looks like actually RB Molas has copped this one pretty badly, still on the ground.
Assistant referee Jaden Betterman having a long discussion with the Adelaide City bench. Sure, more than happy to oblige.
No, I'm sure he's just asking him who's commentating Adelaide City's game next week.
Momentary stoppage in play here at TK Shuttle Reserve. Just over an hour in.
Well, they've got a couple of options, Metro, on the bench. Of course, Cam Woodfin would be the obvious replacement here for RB Molas in the centre midfield. Just seeing there as well, that looks like a great crowd, of course, at Comets tonight. No surprises, given the occasion for them. First game at Ellis Park.
And a great location as well. It's nice and central for everyone.
Like
on a Friday night as well.
They could have done the marketing with the, you know, come first game at Ellis Park and then catch a fringe show after. Bang. No, look, it looks like they've done very well anyway.
Ball launched forward. Crotchia. Looking to try and get forward Adelaide City. Getting the touch on. Needs to be kept in play. Isn't. But a goal kick.
I'm just waiting for that next big chance. Who's it going to fall to? If it's Adelaide City, can they actually take it?
Full at the halfway line. And a foul there. As we said, this game with plenty of feeling, as you might be able to hear.
Oh, look, I love it. You know, we don't love it if teams take it too far, but you know, I think it's all under control, right? It's not.
Yeah,
it's not like guys are flying in like crazy into tackles. It's just some tough duels. That's what you want to see.
And again, that is a testament towards the refereeing of Daniel Cook, able to just keep it feisty, but to a level where it's acceptable enough. Ball over the top. Kitano against Ostrike. Ostrike happy and able to collect.
Oh, Ostrike's done a great job tonight of playing high off his line like that. You know, Adelaide City are going to try and reward those forward runs where they can. And he's been ready, he's been prepared, swept up a few times now.
Just going back around the grounds, Campbelltown scored a penalty. And then West Torrens Burkalla have almost immediately gotten back an equaliser. And it's George Blackwood's first ever NPL goal.
And Alex Mullen scored for Campbelltown.
From that penalty.
Yeah.
Bucco. Into the later stages of this match now. Now for a throw. Looks like Cameron Woodfin is getting ready to come onto the pitch.
Yes, if you heard Danny Gravestone yell out, Woody, about 30 seconds ago, that's what that was.
Abachu trying to make his way past.
Every ball's being fought for. It's funny, isn't it? Because, you know, we forget Metro actually are 1-0 up, right? But it almost feels like both teams are treating this like it's 0-0 and they're just both trying to get the next goal, which is good. It's not like Metro are trying to go into their shell and just defend or protect the 1-0 lead. I think Dan Greystone's calling over Jake Porter as well.
I would hope so, if he's calling his name out.
No, it's just some guy in the crowd called Jake.
Here's Barbiero with the ball to Hamish Gow. Lovely bit of footwork there to retain the ball. Hamish Gow back with it. It's a poor pass, though. Look, will win it back, sorry. No strike. Tough challenge in there from both sides. Completely fair, though.
He's got some blood coming down the right side of his face there. Jackson Walls, from what I saw.
Here is Cameron Woodfin to come on for Fabian Barbiero.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Fabian Barbiero came off around the same time last week. Yeah. So obviously, you know, with the age that Fabian's out now, Danny Greystone's managing his minutes every game. And actually, I think he's been okay today.
Oliver Weston with this throw. Goes out of play for a Metro throw.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cheap giveaway from Adelaide City. Yeah, I don't know if Dan Cook's actually noticed that yet, but Jackson Walls does have blood coming down the right side of his face, so I'm not too sure if we might see the game stopped in a second.
Adelaide City go forward here. Not bad. Still trying to make his way through, but Ostrike doing well.
Yep. Well, didn't really have much else on Lewis Tanzio, so don't mind him just going for it. Was never really going to get through the 2 or 3 Metro defenders in his way.
No, the Adelaide City bench are more than aware of the fact of the blood coming out of Jackson Wolves.
I think if I'm Adelaide City, though, I'll just wait till Daniel Cook realises, because they've got a good period of possession now.
Ball won't work out. Here they go forward. It's a decent attack brewing. Chittadini intercepted. And well done.
Yep, that's Yared Abatu in a nutshell, really. He gets his body in the way like that, it's very difficult to get by him. I'm actually quite surprised. Yeah, looks like that's finally been spotted by Daniel Cook. Actually surprised Danny Greystone didn't, or the coaching staff didn't yell out to Daniel Cook and say, hey, we've got a guy with some blood, and maybe just use a couple minutes or a minute or so to maybe get some instructions across. Second time we've seen Jackson Walls get some treatment tonight.
I don't know if I heard that right, but I think Daniel Cook sent Jackson Walls to get treatment, and he said he looks like the Joker. I think was his reasoning, is what he says.
If he looked like the Joker, wouldn't the blood be coming across his lips or his mouth?
True. 1-0 Metro against Daniel Cook in that aspect, I think. Here's Abichu. Jackson Walls receiving treatment for the second time this match.
Well, they want to get him on quickly because I don't think they want to be defending with 10 right now.
Jaden Benjamin sending him back onto the field of play after assessing the blood being cleared.
Also, Jackson Walls doesn't have green hair, so doesn't qualify for the Joker in that.
I'm sure that was the reasoning, Christian, that he said that. Foul there.
Danny Greystone's still quite animated and antsy on the touchline because he knows that this is definitely not a safe lead for Metro. Set piece. They haven't had one of these in a while, Adelaide City. Let's see what they can do.
Won't be Nick Booker to take initially. Instead, he'll opt to just receive the ball out wide. Playing it short. Ball comes into the centre. Headed wide.
Well, some Nick Bucco's remonstrating with Nicholas Francese after the free kick. I'm actually not too sure why he didn't end up with the ball to cross it in. We know the quality that he can deliver a set piece in with, but I mean Francese was still a decent cross there, and Yuki Kitano just couldn't quite get the power or the direction on the header.
Here's Cameron Woodfin, the American, now onto the field of play. Should be dealt with, isn't though, and then is by Abichu.
Well, you thought Abichu was going to use his body again and just come across and shield Chittadini away from it, but Chittadini does well there to keep the ball alive and win a throw in. Michael Chittadini even last week, I think in the second half was a bit better, had a shot on goal, but it's been a bit quiet to start the season, I feel. I'm sure we'll see some good moments from him, though. Maybe here.
Intercepted. Adelaide City looking to get forward again. Laurie Latanzio to Bucco. Now Kamau going first time wide to Kitano. Adelaide City needing something just a little bit more in these closing stages. Bucco looking for a slipped ball through. That's some just lovely footwork once again from Thomas Visser. He's back with the ball now.
I mean, the other advantage, Adelaide City, that was actually a pretty decent counter press when they lost the ball. They had about 2 or 3 players closing in on Thomas Visser. But you're going to play like that. Oh, no.
A poor pass from Hamish Gow leaves Yuki Kitano to try and get the equaliser. Kitano, and well defended and stopped. It was needed.
Fortunato did a great job there. He didn't commit. He just held his ground. And he put the onus on Kitano to choose what direction he wanted to go in. And I actually think Kitano was a little bit unsure what he wanted to do there.
That's also not the first time I think Hamish Gow this match has had a completely wayward pass either.
Yep.
For all that he has been pretty decent today, he has had those moments where it's almost cost his side entirely.
Definitely. I think it's difficult when you haven't had a lot of the ball, to be honest, Metro, for some of this game, for long periods of this game. And then you have to get on it, and then maybe you're just kind of a little bit tired from chasing the ball, and then you give it away straight away. That can happen. But that point before I was making about Visser is when you got a player with his dribbling ability that can just evade 3 players in a tight situation like that, it just opens up everything for you. and alleviates pressure off the team as well.
Aggressive challenges going in there. Foul and free kick goes the way of Metro, though.
What do you think Daniel Cook enjoys more, having to deal with Nicholas Bucco in his face every call, or Carl Viet on the touchline in A-League games? That's just Nicholas, very, very passionate about the game. And Seb, we're going to see an NPL debut here.
Alessio Bovalina is coming on now, in fact, for Adelaide City. You may recognise the last name.
Any Adelaide United fans tuning in? Of course, the younger brother of Giuseppe Bovalina. Of course, plays his football now in the MLS with Vancouver Whitecaps. And if Alessio is just as good as his older brother, well, he's got a big future ahead of him.
Absolutely.
Had a few stoppages in this game, haven't we, for treatment and whatnot. Probably speaks to the physicality of the game.
Just again, looking around the grounds. 1-0 here, as you can see. 0-0 between Adelaide Comets and Adelaide United. Minson Park, the red card for Adelaide Comets, though, them down to 10 for the final 10 minutes there. 2-0 to Modbury, as it looks like Croydon are about to have a penalty against them as well. And 1-1 at half-time between West Torrens Bocala and Campbelltown City, thanks to One World LED and Sportal. Ball goes all the way back to Jackson Wolves. Gout, all the way back to Ostrike.
It's starting to get into that phase of one-way traffic again. Metro struggling to keep the ball again.
Ball over the top. Just getting in the way there was Noah McNamara. Chittadini. Cameron Woodfin trying to play him through. Bucco with the ball. Alessio Bovalina, a striking role, it looks like, compared to his brother, who's a right back, as we see him try to get forward and happy to launch into a challenge and only have a goal kick.
Yeah, he came on for Yuki Katano. So just a like-for-like replacement there, alongside Matthew Dorber. You can already see he's got a bit of speed about him. They're looking to get him behind.
Here's Jackson Walls. And Nick Bucco completely mistiming that ball.
Yeah, he's his own harshest critic. Probably wanted to just bring the ball under control and then restart again with that attack and making another change, Adelaide City.
Fraser Nisbet coming on for Adelaide City.
Another NPL debut. And he is going to play in the centre of defence alongside Yared Abatu. So, yeah, another like-for-like change there from Vas Parhas.
It's clearly been displayed by Adelaide City so far. They're more than happy under Vas Parhas to utilise their young players like Oliver Weston, like Alessio Bovalina, now Fraser Nisbet.
Definitely, and also, yeah, we should mention that they've obviously got a couple of injuries too, which always leads itself to that. Nonetheless, though, good to see some young players getting some minutes in a high-stakes game too, Seb.
Throw-in goes forward. Buko. Crotcher couldn't get the ball through. RB Molas going wide. Strike comes on. Only over.
Chididini got in a 1v1 situation, and he's good at that, cutting inside and shooting. Why not? Adelaide City got to be a bit cleaner on the ball now. They're running out of time. Felt for so long like they were... You'd be shocked if they weren't going to score in this game. Now it just feels like all that attacking momentum they had is starting to wane a little bit.
Strike. The ball perhaps not as flat as they would have liked it, and they've given it away here. Buko losing the ball.
They're on here.
Here's Visser against Weston. Visser still with the ball somehow. Puts the ball in. On the edge of the box. Molas. Visser again. He has such great ball control for a young player.
Yeah, the ball's just glued to his feet.
Ball comes in at the back post. It was a decent cross from Jackson Walls.
I mean, I'd go as far as to say he looks the most comfortable with the ball at his feet right now in a Metro jersey. I mean, when they're breaking forward, he's actually able to protect it and hold the ball up a little bit too for a player of his size. Look, he's been terrific. It hasn't really been a game for him to show off maybe his goal scoring potential, but just all the little things he's been doing are really helping his team.
Anthony Solana, along with Georgios Kutsumbis, getting sent to warm up, I'd imagine. Only Solana probably the one to come on.
Cody Ostrike looks fine to me. Georgios Kutsumbis, of course, was in the system with NTC.
Of course, played NPL football last year, played at Highmarsh as well. Came on as a sub in that game after Oscar Page got sent off, I think. I think it was.
Yeah, you're testing me there, Seb.
Don't quote me on that. The goalkeeper got sent off, whoever it was. I think it might have been Oscar Page.
A goalkeeper got sent off.
Yes, for Adelaide United. That's what we remember. Jake Porter as well, another. And there's a late challenge to interrupt myself there. Ends up in a booking.
Yep, that one was late. Definitely a yellow card. I think probably slightly born out of frustration there too. Adelaide City want the ball, they need the ball. You're going to start being a little bit over-aggressive with your tackles. Going to make that change in a moment, are they?
Jake Porter just in waiting for the time being. Imagine it'd be one of...
Jake Porter's not already out there? No.
He's right there.
My bad. No, my bad. I'm getting confused because obviously we heard Danny yell at Jake
a while ago,
really loud, about 15 minutes ago.
Did it hurt your ears? You'd imagine that would be either probably Owen Windsor to come off.
Possibly.
Maybe as a like-for-like replacement.
Jake Porter, I thought, had a good impact last week.
Ball delivered in at the back post. Lands well. And John Hall able to capture well. Will look to mount a counter very, very quickly. Goes forward and high. Looking for Laurie Latanzio and Bruce Kamau. Didn't get to either of them. Matthew Dorber now. Plays the ball only directly to Hamish Gow, who in turn clears away. Windsor against Abichu. Windsor might win out this time. Here's Owen Windsor. Needs the strike! Wide of the post. That could have been the game killer.
Well, it would have been, Seb. It would have been had he scored there, no doubt. And it's actually one of the few times he gets the better of Abichu in a physical sense there, Owen Windsor, whose name we have not called much at all today. And he's kind of becoming that sort of striker, isn't he, where he doesn't really get involved too much, but when he does, it's a shot on goal, it's something dangerous.
Well, even that one there was only just wide, really. sure if he had another go, he'd probably get it on target and in.
Well, he had that little half chance from the set piece moments before where he just didn't connect on a volley. That was a much tougher chance. Here they go.
Adelaide City on that right side, putting the ball in. Ostrike could be an easy chance here, over the bar. They're practically being given these chances, Adelaide City.
What a save by Cody Ostrike. That's unbelievable. Louis Latanzio, I think it was initially, getting down the right-hand side. He smashes the ball across. And Ostrike, arguably, initially doesn't do the best with the initial cross. Parries it straight back into danger. Dorber gets there on the follow-up. And I reckon it takes a slight deflection. And he's just thrown a palm in the air. That is an unbelievable fingertip save to keep his side in front.
Adelaide City will come away with the corner, but not without some players down. I think everyone's okay, though, now. Corner to come for Adelaide City. Final 5 minutes. Daniel Cook just observant of any dark arts being displayed in the box there. Corner now for Adelaide City. Play resuming. It's not a bad corner into the centre, only headed upwards. Visser trying to get the touchdown, couldn't do so initially. Adelaide City win the ball back. Ooh. Just going in hard there, Thomas Visser.
Yeah.
And he's caught it back for the free kick as well.
That's good refereeing by Daniel Cook, just to see if there was an advantage on the pass. Clearly taken out late there, Ollie Weston.
If I were to be anyone else but myself in this stadium, I would not want to be Jaden Bederman right now, right in front of us, who is copying it from all areas this match.
We copped it for a good 5-10 minutes from Vass before, and now Danny Greystone's getting into him. But no, that's the tensions, that's the stakes that we're in right now, right? There's probably about, if you're including injury time, just under 10 minutes left. Both teams are getting desperate. Metro really need to dig deep here if they want to get these 3 points.
Ball cleared away. Metro throw.
Well, I thought that was an Adelaide City ball, but
Jake Porter now finally making his way onto the pitch. And it will be on Windsor to make way.
Again, just asking who's on commentary next week. That's all it is. That's all it is. No. I do tend to agree. I didn't really see a deflection there that could make that a Metro ball, but these are the fine margins when a game's 1-0 and it's late that coaches and players are going to look at.
Metro will start their attack from the back. Could there be some very late drama for either side here? Back to John Hall. Back with the ball, Metro. Comes in. Oh! Lucky for John Hall there.
Well, Porter almost got contact on the initial cross.
Mm.
And then when Hall spilled it slightly, he could have nipped it again.
In front, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little warning sign. That could have been, I mean, any goal here for Metro is obviously game over. So now or never for Adelaide City.
Final minute of regular time as we see Bruce Kamau get forward. Oliver Weston now against Jackson Walls, being urged just to push forward. Perhaps a bit too much on that ball from Oliver Weston to try and get it to Bruce Kamau. Wins it back though. Gets past Jackson Walls. Oliver Weston just struggling a little bit to try and keep it. Abichu. Kamau. Can he create something for Adelaide City? Weston putting the ball at the back post. Is there a bit too much on it? Stays in play. Adelaide City needs some magic. Ball comes in. It's in there. Would have been offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted.
Well, Francesa tried that cross. They actually had an exact moment like that earlier in the half. Francesa with a left-footed cross to the back post, and Dorber didn't make contact on it. And this time, he does, but he's just straight offside.
West Torrens Burkalla 2-1 against Campbelltown.
Wow. Wow. Campbelltown potentially facing second straight loss to start the season. That would be a big surprise.
And over at Ellis Park, a late red card for Adelaide United and a late goal for Adelaide Comets as now Adelaide City get forward. Could this be their opportunity? Adelaide City bench and fans claiming a pass back.
Honestly, Seb, it was pretty difficult to see from our angle. I don't know if you could unanimously be confident that would be a back pass in that situation, but looks like Jaden's taking the I'm just going to focus on the game approach here on the near touchline.
Into the second minute of additional time. Can Metro finally perhaps kill off the game and stop any chance of hope from Adelaide City? And the free kick goes the way of Metro.
Well, Clearly, Adelaide City don't think that was a foul. I did think that was a foul. I think he did pull him late. But then, I'm not sure if that was seen in real time, but Bruce Kamau actually just smashed the ball into Cam Woodfin's face. That's what it looked like from my perspective.
And then I think also I'm not saying either accidentally or purposely, also sort of his leg hit Bruce Kamau's head while he was on the... I'm not sure how to explain it. Here's Hamish Gow. Poor ball. Bucco putting it forward directly into Hamish Gow. Hamish Gow out wide to Thomas Visser. Again, both sides happy to show a bit of that fight and aggression.
Well, we're at that point of the game now. Adelaide City just... You almost feel like they're letting some frustration out now over missing those chances in the first half and not really getting that goal that they so desperately need right now, not doing that earlier.
They were happy to take it and keep it in the corner, but City win the ball back.
Yep, Metro, it's all about managing clock.
And this could perhaps be their final attack of the match, really, if Daniel Cook lets them take it.
Surely maybe another minute. There's been a bit of treatment in the game.
Slight nudge on Jackson Walls from Bruce Kamau. Daniel Cook says play on. Here's Bruce Kamau against Hamish Gow. Cleared away. Adelaide City throw. Final few moments of this match now. Cleared only directly to Matthew Dorber.
It's got to go in. It's got to go in.
Weston going back. Nisbet.
Oh.
Adelaide City still with the ball. Oliver Weston with the ball again. Kamau flicking the ball through to Dorber. Ball comes in. It's a bit spectacular. It's perhaps a high boot. Instead, anticlimactically, just goes out of play.
I thought that was definitely a high boot. I think Jackson Fortunato did a brilliant job getting first to the ball, and he does it again.
Weston stealing a few metres from that throw as well, as Adelaide City are happy to put the ball back in quickly.
Good defending by Fortunato to close this game. They have to get the ball in the box now.
Completely at the referee's discretion now.
I mean, honestly, just throw the ball back here to Fraser Nisbet and just get him to chuck a ball in at this point.
Into the 5th minute of additional time now. It's a long throw. Any opportunities and a good opportunity for Adelaide City at this point. Bucco, not the tidiest of balls. Players just falling on the ground. Won't stay in play. We still play on here. Bucco.
They got to go. They got to go.
Fraser Nisbet now with the ball. Launching forward. It's a decent ball. The touch can be completed by Bovalina.
Well, Jackson Fortunato, once again, stepping in on that pass. He's been brilliant to close this game.
That's a bit better. Ball goes in over the top. Will he let it go out for a corner? He will.
And
6th minute now.
6th minute, he's going to allow the corner.
Could Adelaide City cause some late chaos?
Surprise John Hall. Not going to go up for this one.
Here's the corner. Comes in from Bucco at the back post. Needs a header. Only goes upwards. Ostrike just dropping it. And very happily for his side, taking it to ground.
So Matthew Dorber was winding up for an overhead kick there at the back post. That would have been some goal. Ostrike again. I mean, really, you can go back to that save that he made off Dorber about 10 minutes ago. Stuff like that, Fortunato, with his clearances to end the game, the stuff like that wins you this game.
We still play on here. Bucco. Ball forward. Free kick given to City.
Have they got time?
Into the 7th minute now. We still play on here at TK Shuttle Reserve.
Well, surely you get John Hall to take this, get everyone in the box.
That's exactly what's going to happen here. John Hall to launch it forward. Goes short. Ball comes in. Any head from Adelaide City. Laurie Latanzio. Just trying to shepherd the ball. Taking it only wide though. Intercepted there. And that's full time. Metro with a 1-0 win by the narrowest of margins. And what a tough battle we've seen here, Christian.
Wow, well, it was only 1-0, but for a round 2 game in particular, the energy, the aggression, the physicality, that was a great watch. Both teams going hammer and tongs at it. And I think ultimately Adelaide City will be thinking after this game how on earth they haven't at least scored in this game. But MetroStars, we've got to give them a lot of credit in the closing stages of that game, being incredibly resilient defensively, whether it was clearing crosses, saves, like that one that Cody Ostrike made off of Matthew Dorber. And Adelaide City probably go back to that first half and think how they didn't score at least twice in this game. They'd be really frustrated and disappointed with that. But look, we've got clearly two good sides, two sides who really went for it early on the season, two sides that probably holding some grudges from their meetings last season. You could feel that in the game. And look, it was a great game of football. Even if maybe the stats and the goals didn't reflect it, you got that feeling that was a real battle out there.
Tough is certainly the word I'd use to describe this match as a whole. 1-0 the way of MetroStars. A lovely goal it was as well, Christian.
It was. I mean, it feels like it's an eternity ago, that goal, because it's just had so many things happen since then. But, you know, it was fantastic. And I did watch it back at half-time, and it was actually Hamish Gow and Tom Visser playing back-to-back 1-2s with each other. Like, just brilliant stuff from the two of them. Visser, who was excellent, again, for MetroStars. He's just really taken like a duck to water in a new club, Metro. Great goal, but then, you know, after the goal, we didn't really see too much more from Metro in an attacking sense. They did have a couple chances late on in transition to maybe seal the game. They didn't take them. And really, Adelaide City, on the balance of chances, probably had more and had more of a case to not even just draw, but maybe win the game. But ultimately, it's a cliche, really, really cliche thing I'm about to say, but you have to put the ball in the back of the net. So simple as that, and they weren't able to do that tonight.
A brilliant, entertaining, tough, hard-fought spectacle this one was here at TK Shuttle Reserve. I've been Seb O'Neill. Christian, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure.
No worries, Seb. Once again, pleasure to be with you, and looking forward to more NPL action. Keep it coming. More games like this, more battles.
Full time here at TK Shuttle Reserve. Final score, MetroStars 1, Adelaide City 0.